I just seen a video where explaining a couple of days ago that the Pope on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve is supposed to open 5 portals and release the fallen angels here on Earth. That doesn't make sense with rituals that they said he's supposed to do. That's all a sin. For somebody that's a Pope and a person of faith, what the heck are you doing, dude? You do realize that if people turn to witchcraft to keep themselves protected from all this bad stuff, from UFOs, from demons, from the portals that you're opening, they can't be blamed for their sins now, since people like myself play with trinkets to try to get our wishes to come true, because life doesn't give you what you ask for or what you fight for. It's all about destroying each other, and that's not what life's about. So it doesn't make any sense that on the videos on YouTube, you can look up Pope Francis opening 5 portals, and you'll see that there's dozens of videos of him in the Vatican about to do a ritual, which is a sin in itself. So, homie, I hate to tell you this, but you can be stripped of your diplomatic abilities as a pope to leading the country. If you're committing voodoo rituals and practices that's witchcraft, because that's what it is, you can be disrobed as a pope of your country because you're committing sins, the very same sins you're telling the public not to do out of the Bible, and the same type of information that you're giving the public not to be doing, you seem to be doing yourself. That's kind of contradiction in itself and destroying the image of the public. Now, what is the public going to believe? Is it really going to be happening? Has it already happened? Because, it doesn't make sense why you would open windows and doorways to the spiritual realm here to have happen in the physical realm. It reminds me of the movie End of Days, or with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Constantine with Keanu Reeves. And, this stuff is just politically incorrect, and it's disturbing to see that people are willing to open doorways to things that you just don't understand what kind of things you're dealing with. You cannot come back from that when you open those bids like that. They're just going to kill you. You're not going to keep yourself protected. Haven't you heard of history and done your research on all these subjects of people that messed around with that stuff? They ended up dying because they opened doorways to demons and the demons killed them. What were you expecting? Satan to take care of you? Don't you realize that Satan is against the public, and the reason why he became a fallen angel was because he was jealous of God's creation of the earth and the humans that are in it? You're not doing your research very well, homie. Now I don't feel bad for myself and sins turning to trinkets to keeping myself protected from the evil of the unknown and the evil that's already here in the physical world. You're creating things to where now it might not even be a sin for me to turn to this stuff to keep myself protected. It's gone down. Shamans use it and all kinds of stuff and all kinds of research that's going down. And it's just nutty to think that society's turning out to be this way. It's kind of grossing me out and disturbing me to the point to where I don't want nothing to do with this kind of person as a pope. You're far from a pope, dude. You're not much different from a common criminal out there that's just out there destroying people's images on faith. And what kind of example you're setting for your country if you're opening portals to fallen angels? I understand you want retribution for how crappy life is. Then you got to come up with better ideas and open different windows. You don't open portals to the unknown or the to the damned and the dead to walk the earth. And angels, well, if the fallen angels can be opened up to walk in the earth, well, so can angels be opened up, and people can easily just open portals to heaven to having angels come in and out of the earth, just as well as, you send bad to run the world and destroy the planet. Well, guess people can summon angels and summon themselves protection against witchcraft and all kinds of bad people in the planet and bad spirits. So suddenly I don't have to feel justified or destroyed for the choices I've done in my past. I wasn't into doing all that craziness. I just saw this stuff and decided to play with it, to just to play with it and just to experiment on things and make my life better, because I have to deal with life and life's consequences, and life's always changing my fate and never dealing with the consequences. So it's about time for bad luck to happen to the people that bring bad news to our lifestyle. I mean, how do you feel about now living? I'm going to be 40 this year, and I've had to live with nothing but bad luck during life. And that's 40 years of bad luck. You've only lived with not even a month of bad luck in your life. So, how can you compare to yourself to myself when we're on different planes and different fields of experiences? And it sounds very disturbing, and I'm grossed out by the news. I really hope it's not true and it's just despicable rumors, but there are people that do stuff like that. It's been known in society that people have done type necromancy stuff, but if you want to do that, then I could be on the battle inside and get some trinkets and keep myself protected against all these fallen angels that come on earth that try to attack me for my sins and attack the public, all kinds of things that's going on in life. I don't have to feel bad for all the news. If the Pope wants to open the portals to the unknown, well, you're just opening doorways that you don't even have experience or knowing what you're doing. So it kind of sounds disturbing that what you're doing is not anything about what faith is about. So the public's going to realize you're sitting there sinning, and you can be disrobed of your diplomatic abilities. I warned this, and I put this in my conversation about certain things. I didn't predict it, but I knew that, if people sin, they can lose their chances in heaven, and you're just making dirty deals to try to get on the devil's good side. But the devil doesn't need you, buddy. He doesn't need the public to be opening doorways and coming in and out of this world. He does it anyway. He doesn't need witchcraft. In fact, thanks for doing all this bad stuff, because now people can keep themselves protected with prayers and trinkets and all kinds of things. So be my guest. Go ahead, open those doorways then. But you do realize a lot of people are going to fight against that stuff. That it's just seeming like it's coming back to the Middle Ages when people were doing all that stuff, and that's what the wars was about. So good luck to our public then if this comes true.